here's the issue I have with the perk Reassurance. First, I want to say that I think as the perk is designed and if it were to be used as intended, I think it's excellent. I think that it is the single-handedly best counter to camping that we have, whether that is face camping, proxy camping, or a killer just not leaving the hook because somebody happens to be in a chase right next to it and other survivors can't get in for a safe unhook. I think this is a perk that has been very much needed in the game for a while now, and I'm glad that we have it. That said, the issue I have with it is people are already proving it is too easy to grief other players with. Everybody knows that just sitting on the hook, you can't do anything. You're not earning points. It even pauses the hook struggle, so you get points even slower when you're struggling. You can't do anything. It's boring. And that's why people hate getting face camped, is because it's boring. So whether or not a killer is choosing the face camp, survivors can still activate this perk. And if you have one survivor who has it and they are able to time it near perfectly, you can keep that survivor on the hook for up to 8 minutes. If the survivor on the hook wants to, they can try their luck and force second stage, but they're still going to be on the hook for another 4 minutes, which is twice as long as normal, before eventually the timer clicks down. If you have more than one survivor with Reassurance, if you have like a duo that wants to troll the person on the hook, they can literally go back and forth. The perk overlaps with other instances of itself, so they don't even have to wait for the perk, for the other person's Reassurance to be fully up for the 30 seconds. They can go and activate theirs a little bit early, so anytime either is off of the 40-second cooldown, they just go and immediately activate it. It's going to overlap, but it's going to keep resetting the person's time on the hook, and so their timer will literally just never go down if it's coordinated well enough. They're stuck there infinitely because obviously nobody's going to help them if they're trolling, and until they either decide to DC or the gates get open and endgame collapse kills them, they're just stuck there, and I think that really stinks. So while I love the concept of the perk, I love how it's designed, there's a lot of potential for griefing and trolling between survivors that I'm not a fan of. And honestly, I don't know how to fix it other than maybe giving it further criteria of the killer has to be within like 12 or 16 meters of the hook before it can be used. I can see how that could still potentially be abused by survivors to grief one another. I don't have an issue with killers being punished for being near the hook at all. I don't think that's a problem. I do think that it just needs to be addressed with how teammates can use the perk against one another, because that's just overall not good for the health of the game.